Okay, hi guys. Welcome to Capricorn Venus Tarot. I'm glad that you're visiting again. So today we are going to talk about what's people's favorite thing about you. Like, what is people's favorite thing about you? And just like the other videos, you can pick somebody in particular, or you can just think of anybody, you know, what is like in general people's favorite thing about you, you know, what's your favorite thing about you, etc. So anyway, we'll have you pick a pile. So today what we've got is pile 1 here with this little amethyst. Pile 2, and you know, I actually don't know what stone this is. So if you know, please comment what this stone is. It's really pretty. I got it as a gift. Blue, very pretty color. Pile 3 with the jade. I actually had my boyfriend pick out which stone would go with each pile today. So I think I remember actually the jade was pile 3 a different time. And then we've got pile 4 with the orange calcite. So that's great. And each pile right now has 2 cards that I pre-pulled, but I don't know what they are. So go ahead and pick your pile, and I will see you there, okay? Okay, pile 1. Let's see. What is people's favorite thing about our pile 1? Two of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Well, you're very caring. You're very caring. And you know, you really know how to balance your work and your family life and your friends. You always seem to have plenty of love to go around. That's the first thing I'm definitely getting from you, pile 1. So I just see you as like a matriarch or patriarch of your family. You know, somebody who could be, I'm really just drawn to the grandma figure here. Like somebody who is like that, you know, how there's the mom of the group, and there's the dad of the group. Well, you're the grandma of the group. So I don't know if maybe you have kind of grandma-ish hobbies. I have been accused of the same thing. You know, maybe you like to quilt or knit, or you have your nice cup of tea at the end of the day, you know, those kind of things. It doesn't have to be any of those particularly, but just think of like a classical grandma or your own grandma, and let's see, are there any similarities there? Yeah, I'm just getting a really calm, loving vibe from you. But then also, there's something here with the 2 of Pentacles. Like, look at this character here. She looks very powerful, you know, and she's standing by the ocean, which seems to be like roiling, or like there's a storm maybe. So just someone who is good at harnessing their power. You know, I could get that with the 2 of Pentacles. It's like typically somebody juggling. So it's just someone who is crafty with their resources, you know? So that, okay, so what is people's favorite thing about you? That's kind of what I'm getting so far. Let's pull some music videos. So for pile 1, let's see, what is pile 1? What? let me think here. What are people's favorite things about pile 1? What are people's favorite things about pile 1? Or what is people's favorite thing about pile 1? What are people's favorite thing about pile 1? What are people's favorite thing about pile? I'll take both of them. Okay, so kind of got a lot. I was really only thinking to do 4. Oh, you're kind of a hype man too. Like, That's interesting. Like, you always know how to rise up from a tumultuous situation. Like, you always know how to lead people back into prosperity after a rough patch. Because that's kind of what these two songs are both about, is like, pretty sure with Jhené Aiko's Speak, it's like post-breakup and reclaiming your power kind of thing. And Glad He's Gone is like the same thing, but it's your friend telling you that she's glad your boyfriend's gone and, oh, this is just a blessing in disguise kind of thing. So it can be that people's favorite thing about you is like how you are able to rise up from any kind of situation. Like, you're really able to take a tumultuous situation and turn it back into the 10 of Pentacles again. Like, and I keep saying that even though that's not really in any songs. I guess Speak it is. But it seems like you've done this multiple times, you know, like this is a habit for you, you know, where no matter what is thrown at you, you'll go through the hard times, so it's not like you're never hurt, but it's more that you make it into a situation that brings you to a higher place. Why is this little angel turned around? Let me turn him back around. It's interesting. So like you're shielded is what I'm getting from that, which is funny. But yeah, like the matriarch thing, or the grandma. It's like you're a protective force to your friends and to yourself. Interesting. Okay. Okay. A lot of breakup songs. Oh, and then, okay. We're surrounding this little amethyst here. Okay, so what's people's favorite things? How hard you love. When you're in love, you're just so in it. And you really commit and you really invest. And you're serious and you're loyal and you help whoever you're in love with, you know, and you use those same powers of preservation and community gathering for everyone that gets enfolded into your circle. So that's so sweet. Like I know some people like these, and I was getting like a Pisces vibe from this actually. So maybe you're a Pisces. But I just have tended to know a lot of Pisces who are the community people in like my family and like previous jobs. I have a mentor who is like that, and she's just that community person. Like when you come in, you know, you get enfolded under her wing, you know, and maybe that's what people's favorite thing about you is. It's like when they're with you, they feel under the wing, they feel protected, protected and included. Like it's not just shielded, but included in the festivities, and like you as a person matters, you know. With Glad He's Gone, it's like I miss the fun times we had before he was around. Screw that guy, you know. If they don't see your value, they're stupid, and you're that person for your friends. Like you remind them that you're really good at reminding your friends how valuable they are. I have some hot chocolate here, so I'm gonna have a little hot chocolate. Yeah, and back to the balancing. Like you're really good at balancing your life. Like you know how to, you know, step out of situations and just have like a party, or you know, have your sip of hot chocolate at the end of the day. Like I was saying with the tea, like you just know how to bring yourself back to a peaceful, full, complete environment. Like Speak, it's like you know how to reincorporate yourself again. To feel whole, like you know how to fill your own cup. So that's really interesting. I will link these music videos down below, and you can see if there's like any more messages. I think you also have like a very classic kind of style, like more of like a powerful kind of style. Like maybe you wear a lot of black, or there's something kind of like motorcycle jacket and flowy clothes or something. I don't know why I'm getting that, but okay. Yeah, you know how to turn a negative situation into a positive one. For sure. Okay, so let's see. What is people's favorite thing about pile 1? What is people's favorite thing? I'm trying to tap in. What is people's favorite thing about pile 1? Like, favorite thing. Ten of Cups too. The Lovers. Yeah, wow. I mean, you really seem to be a person who aims high in your relationships, and like you're a person who you definitely haven't given up on love, and you're very dreamy. You're just very dreamy, and I think people love that dreamy quality to you. It's just like when people see you and are in your energy, it's like they're transported from whatever place they were in into a more familial kind of energy, like a story tale kind of energy. It's like not nihilistic. I would say what people's favorite thing about you is like you are not nihilistic. You really believe in love. You really are an idealist. I'm really getting that you're a major idealist, and you do what it takes, and you also keep a lot of optimism. You give people second chances. I'm also getting here, like, you know how to balance being forgiving and holding your boundaries. Because I'm just seeing you like really be able to balance that grandmotherly sense of when to take a stern tone, you know, with someone, and when to offer like your love and kindness, and yeah. And when somebody needs to just vent, like I think you're really good when your friends really need to just vent, or your family or whatever, and they can come to you and you don't have to agree with their statements to comfort them, you know, and you just know the right thing to say. You know, those people, like, no matter what reason you're coming to them, they're always gonna like offer you, you know, practical advice, and they're gonna like be really stern with you. You're not that kind of friend. I see you as being like very mutable, to where you just know the right way to handle each situation. Like you're very delicate. Like you can just tell when somebody comes in wanting support, and then you can tell when someone comes in wanting tough love, you know, and you're able to provide that for them. It's really beautiful. Let's see here. Have a little more hot chocolate. Yeah, you have like a very kind of bohemian / punk style. Like I'm thinking of like Free People, you know, that store or something, where you wear like really flowy clothes like you're a yoga teacher, but then you've got like motorcycle jacket or like Doc Martens or something, and maybe you wear scarves in your hair. People love something about the kind of style that you have. Like people love your style and how you always look like yourself. Like I'm seeing very varied outfits, but at the end of the day, there's a personality to the clothing that you're wearing. There's a consistent personality to the clothing that you're wearing, and people love that about you. Like it's another thing that makes you homey, you know, because like every time they see you, you look like yourself. You seem to have this consistent style. I don't know, you know, like when your aunt always wears flowy clothes. I think I'm just talking in circles, but I think you get what I'm saying. Like, when somebody has a consistent style, especially a family member, you come to associate that style with them, and it just adds to the overall sense of feeling safe with them. It's just another part of it. I also see that in romantic relationships, you know how to like help people pursue their goals. Like, in a romantic sense, you also open people up to like best case scenario and being dreamy and idealistic and going after what they want. Very cool. Okay. What's people's favorite thing about pile number 1? Okay. What's people's favorite thing about pile number 1? What is people's favorite thing? What is people's favorite thing about pile number 1? Your dreams are closer than you think. What did I just say? Like, people love that you show them how close their dreams are and that they could go reach for them. Look how similar these cards are. Wow. Yeah, you encourage people to reach for that thing they thought was out of reach, but it really isn't. I mean, this is like the same card, right? Am I crazy? Okay. But yeah, I mean, you really teach people to reach higher than what they were reaching for before, and so many people really need that. They just need that little extra little push, like, and also because you're such an authority figure in people's lives, it means even more that you say that they should go for it because you are the grandma. I would hate if you really didn't like that part of the reading, because I keep looking at this woman and she's just so loving. Like, who wouldn't want that person for their grandma? You know, who wouldn't want that person in their family? And, you know, her husband looks pretty happy, so it looks like a happy family. Body has a house, okay. But I will go further with that analogy on the ground too. It's like she can't keep her heart on the ground, you know? She can't keep herself from dreaming big and missing him and stuff like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's just like, you're so dreamy, pile 1. You're so dreamy and you're so sure that people can achieve their best case and their dreams, and you have to be right. Your grandma. What's people's favorite thing about you? It's your light. You know, the hope you bring to people, just that spark within you. People love that about you. Like, you just have a special something, like that Pisces quality of the star. I know the star is ruled by Aquarius, but if you've met a Pisces, you know, they really stand out. And you don't have to be a Pisces, but you really stand out in your specialness, like your innocence, your romantic nature, your familial mindset, your caring attitude. You know, how caring you are, it really stands out to people, because how do you keep it going like that too? I mean, I think people are impressed with how you're able to refill your own cup, and that makes them trust you even more. You know, you trust grandma because she's built this whole family. You know, this is just an example, but I'm thinking of some sort of colloquial phrase, but I can't think of it. It's like, no, I'm just gonna bungle it. I don't know, but you know, everything lines up. Your words and what you've built in your life, they really line up. They're the same. You know, you don't have to prove it to anyone because your actions prove that your philosophy works. So, yeah, you've collected already. So I think like there's something in your life that proves your high dreaming values work. There's something about you that just proves your philosophy. So people love that about you. You know, you're very clear, and you believe in love, and you have love, you know? That's great. And then I'm seeing what else people love about you. I will say that there's this other sense of, like, again, romanticism. Pisces energy is like a very sexy energy to a lot of people. You know, very inhabited in your body. Very present. I see you being very present. So I think that's something else people love about you, is like you're just there. And okay, that sounded a little weird, but I'm just saying, like, when you're in a room with someone, you're not distracted on your phone. You're making them feel safe. You're making them feel included. You seem to be enjoying yourself. It's not all about them. Like, you seem to be enjoying yourself. And I think everyone gets the idea that if you weren't enjoying yourself, then you wouldn't be doing it this way. And that's very comforting too. There's a lot of stuff that's very comforting about you, but I think that is definitely one, which is that people feel sure that you're happy being around them. You're happy caring for them. You're happy with yourself, you know? And that's very sexy. So I think along with your caring grandmotherly attitude, you have this like underlying like sexuality and sexiness to you, like the flame, like a wand's kind of nature. With strength is ruled by Leo too. It's like that innocent sexuality. Innocent just being like not overthinking itself. So that's interesting. Let's see. We'll pull one more card, I think. One more, maybe 2 more cards. Do 2 more cards. What's people's favorite thing about pile 1? What is people's favorite thing about our pile 1? Just last messages. I'm gonna get the Chariot. Like, you're just so passionate, and you're just so caring, and you're just so clear. Like, something that not very many people have is the ability to just be very clear with their feelings. It's like, when you love someone, you're just like, I love you. You know, whether it be your friend or just anybody that you're getting to know, if that's what you're feeling, that's what you're gonna say, and you mean it. Like, you're not a flip-floppy kind of person, and you're so, like, you just come towards what you want, and it's very validating for people. So people love that about you, that they feel chosen by you. Like, they feel really blessed by your light, you know? Oh, and I was just saying, like, the Wands energy. King of Wands energy. Yeah, so, like, there's that raw sexuality. That's what it's exactly what I'm saying. Like, a little bit different than the Queen of Wands. The King of Wands is a lot more raw, and that's how I think of it anyway. A more unpolished kind of version of that. Yeah, so I think what people's favorite thing about you, pile 1, is like you have this balanced sense of yourself, where balanced and yet very clear. It's not a duality necessarily. It's all part of the same thing, which is that you're very straightforward. You love what you love. You stay committed. You're very forward thinking. You're very forward thinking as in like towards your goals and your dreams, and you're very dreamy, and the sky's the limit. You know, all of these things is like, I like this version of the Chariot too, because it's going to outer space. And I think that's like you, pile 1. You know, it's like, instead of just riding off into the sunset, you're going even higher, past the sunset. And then the other part of it, but it's part of the same thing, is your raw sexuality. You know, you're just very instinctual with your body, and with your just the way you exist in the world is very natural. Very natural and very forceful and very safe and very consistent. That is just wonderful. Okay, well, thank you very much, pile 1, and please like the video and leave me a comment. Tell me if it resonated, and, you know, if I caught any fun things there. But thank you for coming by, stopping by Capricorn Venus Tarot, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. All right. Hot chocolate. Okay, pile 2. Here we've got our mystery stone. So please do, if you know what this is. Cerulean. Is it cerulean? I still don't know, but I'm pretty sure. Could be totally wrong. Okay, so what's people's favorite thing about you? Why am I already getting that you're funny? Like, that was such a weird intro. My favorite thing about you so far, pile 2, is that you're funny. So anyway, okay. Weird. Let's see what you got. 5 of Pentacles and 9 of Wands. Interesting. See how these look like? It's very interesting that they're both sitting on the floor like this. Palms showing. These are such kind of weirdly similar images. Well, I would say so far, because this is kind of the vibe I'm getting from you, pile 2, is that you're kind of a mystery. People like that about you. People like how you have this mysterious sense, like there's definitely something going on beneath the surface. Like they can just really tell that something special is going on. But what? You know what I mean? So that adds this intrigue. Huh. Yeah, you seem very deep. Like you seem like you're really thinking. And then with it being pentacles and fire, you know, that gives me that that gives me that kind of like bonfire, warm, campfire nights kind of energy to you. Okay, whatever. I'm saying a lot too. There's this also just a shy energy to you. You're kind of like a funny, shy kid, maybe. Maybe people love that about you, like, yeah, that person that isn't talking very much, but then says something really funny during class. Okay. What is people's favorite thing about pile number 2? What is people's favorite thing about pile number 2? Okay, King of Pentacles. So some people like how good with money you are. I would say some people like, well, some people's favorite thing about you is how responsible you are. So maybe that's your coworkers. Oh, you can't see it here. Maybe your coworkers really like that they can give you anything and you are going to take care of it. And you're gonna tackle any challenge. And even through the hardship that you've gone through, you really stay above it. And in the end, you conquer. Really interesting phrasing, pal, too. I feel like I'm inhabiting some of your energy here. Like, I'm thinking of the book The Prince. Machiavellian. It's like, maybe you're kind of a strategician? You're just really big into strategy in your life with your career and your friendships and everything like that. Like, people love that you're so clever and like tricky, and yeah, again, it's just like that quiet friend who is secretly, you know, got their whole plan and is executing it. And you seem like the romantic lead in some young adult or young adult fiction book. Like, it's giving Edward. Okay, what is people's favorite thing about you? Pile 2. Let me actually take out some more. I think people never know how you're gonna take things. Like, you really obviously have some sort of internal dialogue that not everyone, or maybe no one, is privy to. Like, you have this whole internal dialogue that is running its own plot and running its own scheme, and pretty much no one gets to know, not even after you've accomplished your goals, like what you were thinking the whole time, you know? Like, and you will leave things behind, and you came out better for it, but you're still sad about it. Like, I think people like that you're a little bit sentimental deep down. But you still persevere. Like, you may feel the waves and you may feel the sadness, but you handle it really well and you come out on top, and you don't really let people know how much of a struggle it was to get there. Like, you're that kind of person that doesn't ask for help until like the very last moment, you know? And people find that like endearing, you know? And plus they can trust it, because you never want to have somebody around that's like always crying wolf. And so that kind of person forces you to be a bad person in a way, because they cry wolf so much that you don't want to help them anymore. But then, like, should you still help them? Does it make me a bad person to want to help them? You, pile 2, you don't put people in that position, because if you're asking for help, you need help, and anybody will absolutely run to your rescue and help you, because they know what a rare occurrence it is, and it's kind of like an honor to be able to help you, pile 2. Like, people like that. One of the things that's people's favorite thing about you is that they can trust you, you know, and you encourage them to do their best. Interesting. Okay, let me pull some music videos. Like, what is people's favorite thing about pile number 2? What's people's favorite thing about pile 2? Take this one. I'll take this one. I'll take this one. Okay. Cute. You're really smart. You're really, really smart, and you're like, how did you get that from this? But just trust me on that. I'm just kidding. That's what I'm getting. You're really smart. You know a lot of different things, and they help you accomplish what you're accomplishing. So hence that whole inner monologue, that whole inner world. It's like, maybe you couldn't even really explain it to somebody else, you know? And you're just like going off of your own inner sense of rules. That's very that's very King of Pentacles of you. Like, you have your own rules and you follow them and they work for you, and you just keep on going through a door and another door. This music video is funny because it's like, it's very trippy, And the song is just like, you go through another door to get through another door. And there's a lot of doors to get to you, first of all. Here's a door too. Pile 2, you're very hard to get to know. So that's another thing that people like about you is like you make them work hard to get to know you. And you make them work hard to become close to you. And it's like a prize, you know. They have to be this Knight of Wands to get to you because there's going to be a lot of work to do. But then also, you are constantly progressing and you are constantly opening new doors for yourself and succeeding and trying new things and working on yourself and having to leave people behind and having to do things on your own. And I kind of see actually, Pile 2, you get a little lonely. I'm seeing you getting a little lonely here, but you still hold up your standards. You may get lonely, but that doesn't mean you're going to give up and let those people back into your life that didn't put the work in and they lost. Or it doesn't mean you're going to give up your winnings. You know, that's kind of what I'm getting from this one is like, he looks a little bit, I know this isn't the meaning of the card, but to me, he looks like he's like just a little bit sad that they're going, you know, and he did seem to win the whole shebang, but he like has a little bit of remorse, but he keeps going. He's not giving it back. You know, he's not taking it back. He just is a little sad about it and kind of lonely, but then you pick yourself back up and you keep it moving and you're successful again, you know. What's people's favorite things? It's like, it just, you have this, even though internally I'm getting that from you, externally you have this sense of, fuck it, you know, let me just keep it moving, let me just make it fun and light. And it comes from this place of taking things very seriously, it seems like, but it comes across in this very fun way. Like, you take people out of their pity party. Okay, there we go. Something that is somebody's favorite thing about you is like you take them out of their pity party and you just always know how to keep it moving and you know how to make it funny again or make it sexy or, you know, hype yourself up, try new things. Like, here are the things that you can do to just move on from this. And you're really good at that. So I'm going to link these down below. Definitely watch them and they could give you some more insight. I don't remember this one in this moment. So I'm curious how that might relate to what people's favorite thing about you is. Yeah, let's pull some more cards. So. What is people's favorite thing about Pile 2? What is people's favorite thing about Pile 2? You do seem to have a lot of passion too. That's another thing I'm getting for you, like with Earned It. And then there's like all this red here. He's wearing so much red. I'm just getting like red sense from you. Like, you have a lot of passion. So I think people love that about you too, is like you're very invested in yourself and your projects and your internal world. Like, you have a flame to you. Like, you have very much, like, I keep saying like a lot. Okay, let me not be nervous around you. A little sexy over here, number 2. Anyway, yeah, I'm just getting, you have this passionate energy to you, creative energy to you. I'm definitely sensing a creative, like you are very, very, very creative, and it all comes internally. You just seem to have like this spring of ideas. Okay, what is people's favorite thing about Pile 2? What is people's favorite thing about Pile 2? And this kind of does look like water, doesn't it? So you might be a water sign. I am getting that. I'm getting Scorpio. But then there's a lot of pentacles here. And there is the 9 of Wands, so maybe you're a fire sign. or an earth sign. Could be. Let's see. What is people's favorite thing about pile number 2? Okay, I mean, you're very strategic. That's funny because I don't know if you saw this in the beginning, but the Lovers and that other deck was on the bottom of the deck. It kept wanting to show itself. So that's interesting. That passion is coming through again. So there are some people out there whose favorite thing about you is that sexual nature. Sounds like such a loser. You're very cool, pile 2. I think you give off like a cool vibe, like a cool loner vibe, you know? Which is funny because I'm kind of getting the sense that you give off the vibe of a loner, but you might be very social. But you're very focused on your work right now. Okay, that might be a message for somebody. What is people's favorite thing about pile 2? You really go out after your dreams. You really go after your dreams, and you, in pile 1, I was getting this, like, you encourage people to go after their dreams, which you definitely could, but I'm also just getting that you nourish yourself first. Like, you're very much a person who's strategizing to get to the top. So people can just sense this about you, that you'll do whatever it takes, and that you're really on your path and you're really going there. Like, people really find that sexy too, pile 2. Like, your drive is really sexy. Okay, I don't know why I keep saying that, but yeah, maybe that's just something for you, pile 2, is that you have a sexual nature. With the Lovers here and the Empress, there's this like sexual energy. But then, yeah, just like your drive. So again, it's like Aries with the red and the just action, go, 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 strategy, you know, king of your domain kind of vibes. Like, you had to be smart. You had to work smart, not hard, to get to where you are. Like, you really thought this through, and you really picked a goal and got it. Like, I'm surprised I don't see the Magician. Okay, wait a minute. I can't remember if in this deck this is the Magician or if this is the Empress. If it's the Magician, that's hilarious, because that's the energy I'm getting. You know what? I think this is the Magician. Let's kind of read it both ways, since I don't know for sure in this moment. But yeah, an 8 of Pentacles. So it's like, you're such a hard worker, you know, and you're such a hard worker in a very strategic way. So like, I don't know if your job requires you to do a lot of complex thinking. I don't know what that would be, but I think you're very much a strategic thinker, and people love that about you. Like, you come up with solutions that nobody else could, and you're just always working really hard towards your goals. I think you're very passionate about your career, and it's probably something you've been planning and working towards, and you probably came from the bottom. That's kind of what I'm seeing, is like, people love that you really came from nothing and you manifested your life. You manifested and worked towards your life, and you did it. Like, you really got there. And then the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you created wealth from nothing. Wow. That's great, pile 2. I mean, what's people's favorite thing about you? Let's take one more here. It's sexual again. And we got this in the last pile too, so I don't know if you had messages in pile 1 as well, but people definitely love this energy they're getting from you. Like, it's very much sexual, dynamo, like smart. Well, think of The Weeknd. He does kind of seem like he's like manipulating you, but you know, it's sexy or something. That is the vibe. And what did I say, Edward? Oh, and this is 50 Shades of Grey, which is the fan fiction based off of Twilight. So You're just giving off heavy Edward vibes. Good for you. And it's genderless. But yeah, very cool. Yeah, and with this I am getting like, yeah, kind of feminine man vibes in a good way. Drinking blood, I don't know. Okay, what's people's favorite thing about you, pal 2? I think I also am getting that you could really pull out the harsh words when needed, like to win the fight, to win the war, you'll do what's necessary. You know, I'm getting that kind of vibe from you. Love grows love. Yeah, you inject your passion and your love into everything that you touch. And you're just so vivacious. You're just so full of life. Like, look at the hearts here. Like, this is not really a common motif in these decks. And you have, like, so many hearts here. It's very interesting. A heart here, which I'm pretty sure this is the Magician. So that's, again, like, creation. Little heart on his cheek. Okay, now I'm seeing a ton of hearts that I didn't even see before. Well, Heart Eater, these hearts, like, you just inject so much love and passion into everything you do. Even the most mundane things, like, people love that with you, you just take things very seriously. Your job, I'm sensing that you take your job very seriously, in a very passionate way. Like, you mean it. Like, you really get it. And you chose this life and you like it and you go towards it and you're passionate. People admire that you have things under control. I'm also getting maybe just like people's favorite thing about you is also you do have some little weakness, you know, like you seem a little lonely and you seem a little bit stressed, you know, so they want to like soothe you. You know, you want to save Edward. He's so mentally distressed and you want to soothe him and you want to tell him that it's okay that he's a vampire and like he doesn't need to be sad and you guys can run off into the forest together. What? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm just getting like, again, that rom-com, not rom-com, but more like young adult fiction romantic lead type thing. And it's working for you. People love that about you. Yeah, there's just something about you that's like an outsider in a very lovable way. To where you have this dreamy quality to you, this very like sweet, like just sweet, good person, you know, who we need to break out of the tower kind of vibes, like love would fix you kind of vibes. What? Yeah, so that is all I'm getting for you, pile 2. So I'm getting that people's favorite thing about you is just how much passion and drive you have and how they can tell that beneath that you're this lovable, sweet character. And that's so amazing because really, if you did not have this sweet, sensitive side to yourself, you would be an absolute dynamo and you'd be a little bit scary too, because you can really take someone down with words and you can really pull out the stops when you need to. Like, you're the kind of person who could do an all-nighter working, and you're just so powerful. You're just so powerful that it actually is super endearing to people, that sometimes you need a little help and you get stressed out, and they are just more than happy to help you. Like, more than happy to help you because they just want to be a part of that, you know? It's an opportunity to help you because you don't let that many people in through the mini doors, you know? And when they finally get through to your soft center, they feel like they earned it, you know? You make people, and that goes back to what we were talking about in the very beginning, which is people like that you have a high standard, or not even a high standard, but it just literally does take work to get to know you. And it literally does take work to get you to open up. So they are allowed to feel that accomplishment, you know, and they're allowed to feel extra romantic because they had to climb the tower to get to you, you know? So you both have that like Edward sense, and then you also have that like Rapunzel in the high tower, I'm gonna come save you sense, you know, and what the hell is like you breaking out. So you don't need anyone to come save you, but I'm just saying, like, this is from other people's perspective, what their favorite thing about you is. But I'm also just getting from you that you play the damsel and the savior. Like, you're good at both. Yeah, very cool. Nice to meet you, pile 2. Well, the laundry says nice to meet you as well. Thank you for coming by. Please like and subscribe to come back for some more videos, and feel free to comment and tell me anything that I said that was totally idiotic. So thank you pile 2, and have a nice day. I'm gonna go turn off the laundry. Okay, pile 3. Let's see here. Take a deep breath and kind of clear the old energy out here. Pile 3. Now, what is people's favorite thing about pile number 3? Is this the Emperor? I need to know that. Let's see. So the first thing I'm getting about you, pile 3, is that you have like a Gemini sense to you, which 3 is actually ruled by Gemini, but where you're always like thirsting for knowledge and you're always trying new things. Oh yeah, it's the Emperor. Yeah, you have a lot of self-mastery, which allows you to be a beginner at everything. Like, you're not afraid of looking foolish, because you know that with practice, anything can be under your domain. Like, you know that with practice, you'll be the emperor at whatever you want to. So why not stick your hand out there, you know, try everything once. Maybe you've recently tried gardening, for example. Or maybe you're getting into learning about fairies, or learning about, I don't know, maybe you're reading Lord of the Rings or getting into fantasy novels or something. These are just some examples, but it just seems like you're a person who is very in control of their own selves, and like is full of self-belief, and just knows your capabilities better than anybody. Like, nobody could tell you what you can and can't do. Like, if somebody says that it's too late for you to start ballet, you will start ballet and go on to be really good. just an example. But let's see, what else? What is people's favorite thing about pile 3? Yeah, you just have a very strong foundation within yourself, which creates a strong foundation with your relationships with other people. And back to the Gemini sense, I also think that you're very diplomatic, you know, and you know how to get things started. You're very political. I'm kind of, maybe you have a very politician kind of sense about you, where you can talk to anybody from any walk of life because you're just so self-contained. Wow. I mean, you also are just like, let's not underrate how full of life you are. People love how just full you are, and how I think it's probably because of your willingness to try new things. You've found things that make you happy. You're able to really work from your heart center. With Jade is like from a heart chakra place. And you're really operating from that sense so much that it's contagious. And you're really hardworking too. I don't know, I'm just getting like, maybe you like hard work. You know, you're that kind of person that's like, being active makes you happy. You know, being relaxed and just sitting around the house would drive you crazy. And people love that about you. Like, they just know that if I'm with pile 3, they're going to want to go out there. They're going to take a walk. You know, like, they are not just going to want to sit and watch a movie. Like, they're going to have a plan for us. We're going to go sip and paint, or we're going to go to this very outsider band or something like that. Like, something interesting is going to happen. It's going to be fun. Okay, we keep getting this. So you guys are just really good at balancing things. I don't know if people are watching multiple piles, but you're really good at balancing and creating that strong foundation within yourself. Let me keep going. What is people's favorite thing about pile number 1? Pile number 1, okay. Maybe you need to watch pile number 1. What is people's favorite thing about pile number 3? What is people's favorite thing about pile number 3? That one and this one. What's people's favorite thing about pile number 3? Yeah, again, with just like, you're really good at starting new things. Maybe relationships too. With the Sun, it's like, when people meet you, you stick with it. You kind of like are that person that sticks around so much that people get used to you and invite you into the group. It's interesting. I don't know. That was just an intuitive sense, I think. Okay, let's see here. What's people's favorite thing about pile number 3? Yeah, your internal guiding light. You know, you are very intuitive and very willing to face any obstacles. You know, anything that would try to get in your way, I mean, you just blast right through. That's kind of what the sense I was getting with, you just stick around people. Yeah, maybe upon first meeting you, you might rub people the wrong way, but eventually they get over it and they like you. They like you in the end, because you're just so steady. You know, I just get that you're very consistent and you're very solid. What else do people like about you? Let's pull some music videos. So these are music videos that I love. I've been making this playlist forever. So we'll just see, what is people's favorite thing about pile number 3? What is people's favorite thing about pile number 3? What is people's favorite, okay. What is people's favorite thing about pile number 3? This one. Okay. Oh, how fun. How fun are you? Okay. You're super lighthearted. That's so funny. I wonder if you picked this pile, I think it was pile 4 in the first impression video where you got both these songs and I was like, wow, you're so funny. Well, I'm going to say it again. You're really funny. You're really funny. You're very lighthearted. This is giving such a good energy. Oh my gosh. Pile 3. My favorite thing about you is how cool you are. Good love is like, it's very sexy, but it's also like very lighthearted. Like it's not nasty. Same with company. It's like, it's sexy. It's talking about sex, but it's like very lighthearted, very keep it moving, very fresh and fun and looking at life in a very funny kind of trying new things way. Yeah, you're very self-contained, you know, with company and Mobamba, like this stars Tinashe and Shaq West. Like it is really all about them. And then something I'm getting with these is like people's favorite thing about you is like when it's just you, you're the star of the show. You are just like this person going out there, trying new things, starting new relationships, always out there doing your thing. And then when you're in a relationship, I'm getting that you elevate that other person to your same status. Like with Sense That God Gave You, it's her and her friend. So being friends with you or being in a relationship with you automatically makes them the sun too. Like automatically brings them up to where you guys are both just in the spotlight. And so people love that when they're friends with you, you share the spotlight. And not only that, even when they're usually a shy person, you bring them up to that like heightened adventurous level. You know, you really bring adventure to people and you show them how to keep it light and also lock down. Like you've got the emperor here and the sun. So you know how to self-control without self-containing. So you're stable and yet you're expansive, which is such a great combo, pile 3. Like that's really impressive to be able to be expansive and self-contained. Like those are hard to achieve because sometimes when you're so expansive and always trying new things and always starting new relationships, you lose track of boundaries. And sometimes when you're so self-contained and so strict and so hardworking, you don't take up your full star potential. And I'm seeing that you don't have those problems. You embody that perfect level of shining and having boundaries. Going out there and meeting new people and keeping yourself protected, you know? So being with you is actually just such a ride. I mean, people's favorite thing about you is like, they are just on a ride. They are just having fun. Like it's giving Sagittarius a little bit. You don't have to be. It's more about the energy, Sagittarius. Same with anytime I mention signs, I'm just talking about energy and it'll just be a happy accident if it is your sign. But with Sagittarius energy, like they're very adventurous, optimistic, personable. And I'm definitely getting that with you. And again, for some reason, I am getting that you could ruffle some feathers, but it's like at the end of the day, who are you going to side with? Like probably pile 3 because they're fun, like, and they're just having a good time. And everybody who goes against you just seems like a Debbie Downer, you know? Yeah, I'm really getting that. So that's funny. Please watch these music videos because they are really good and they were really funny and they were really lighthearted and they were just having a good time. Like I can't even, you'll have to watch them to see how related all 4 of these are because it's just about these star of the shows just literally living it up on the street. Like maybe you're just out around town all the time with your friends or your partner, like, and you're just at the gas station every day and you're kind of a character known around town. Like I think they're hanging out on porch steps too. And Mo Bamba's like at the park. So like, are you just at the park? You're at the library. Oh, maybe it's like a college setting. So like people just see you around the library, just laughing, having fun with your friends. Get some water here. You're a little too fast for me, pile 3. It can be a little hard to keep up with you. But people love that about you. Like, it's fun to have someone to try to keep up with, you know? Like, it's fun to have someone who pushes you to try new things. Like, take some of the pressure off. So, you know, people shouldn't use that too much from you. You know, they have to still pursue their own thing. So don't let people get away scot-free. Like, people have to push themselves. So do remember that, pile 3. But it's still really nice, you know, and you're just being yourself, and you're just getting out there, and you just do get to try so many things. And I'm sure that incurs you a little bit of drama, pile 3, because I am sensing that you go through some strife. But people also like this about you. It's like they can tell that just by you being you and you moving throughout the world, like, you incur hate by being the sun. And I've heard that about people. It's like Cardi B kind of thing. It's like she's so loud and she's so herself and she's so out there that some people have a problem with it, you know? Nobody has a problem with something they never hear or see. They only have a problem with things that they encounter, you know? So just keep being you and don't let the haters bother you. It seems like you don't, but yeah, people recognize that. People's favorite thing about you is like you always rise above the hate. Like, it doesn't even matter to you, seemingly. Okay, let's pull some more cards here. Keep these cards out. And I'm going to link those music videos down below. Good luck. I just seriously, these are some of my favorite ones. Like, they're so funny. I think another thing about you is that you love people in such like a addictive kind of way. Like, people want it to last a long time. But with you starting so many new ventures, we'll see what the other cards say. You know, if you're sticking around. I mean, with the 4 of Wands, that's very stable energy. And they're planting. So yeah, I am kind of getting that you stay around, but there could have been people in the past who maybe in the past you've had to walk away from people, but now you're more building foundations. So that's what you're saying. Okay, what's people's favorite thing about pile number 3? What's people's favorite thing about pile number 3? I'm also getting that you're like a little bit messy. People love that you're like a little bit messy. You're able to embrace the chaotic nature of the world sometimes. Like, you're not very black and white, even though the Emperor can be. It's funny because a lot of these sometimes would give me the vibe that you were black and white, but I'm actually getting that you're more of a realist. Like, you understand that things can get a little messy and you're not a perfectionist, even though you're high achieving, if that makes sense. Okay, what is people's favorite thing about pile 3? Three of Cups, you just know how to have a good time. Like, you are a good time, pile 3. Like, and we got 3 again. So maybe that's important to you. Like, again, that Gemini sense of trying new things. Your mind is going 100 miles a minute kind of vibes. King of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. Like, okay. So here's the answer to that question. Yeah, sometimes you do leave things behind. And people like that you know what's good for you and you go towards it, you know. With that conflict you've had to deal with in your past, you've grown new things out of that conflict. And you haven't just stuck around and tolerated the same old bullshit. Like, you're looking for a good time, not a long time. Pile 3, like, and maybe you want that long time, but you're not willing to settle. If something is like really just making you unhappy, then you know that that's not for you because you've tried so many experiences, so you know how happy you can really be. Yeah. Yeah, so I think people also can sense that you've had this heartbreak. And again, it goes back to like them seeing that you've had to deal with conflict is one of the things that they love about you. It's like you're really this positive person, not because you're so privileged or whatever, but out of sheer force of will and self-determination, you know? The fact that you've had to overcome these things and deal with heartbreak and deal with conflict, like they can just tell that you don't deserve it. Yeah. Yeah, this is the Hierophant. But, and this just goes back to self-mastery. So with the King of Pentacles, the Monarch of Pentacles in this deck, and the High Priestess, which is the Seer in this deck, people also just love that you look internally and externally. You're digging in the ground and you're the sun up in the sky, you know, like you understand that in order to be free, you have to have financial security. In order to expand, you have to be solid internally. In order to fully shine, you have to know how to have boundaries. It goes back to that. You have to use your intuition, but not get so bogged down that you can't have a good time. So it just feels like you've learned so many lessons, and people love that about you. Like, they learn so much from you, you know, through osmosis. Like, your energy is so contagious. And again, it's just really fun too. I mean, you can't help but love that. Lovers. Somebody has got to be watching this video all the way through or something, because I definitely have been getting repeat stuff. But yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want to be your lover, Pile 3? Like, you're just so fun. And again, it's like with this, it's like when they're with you, you're the power couple, but you know, secretly it's you, Pile 3. You're creating the power couple of anyone you're with, like friend, cousin, you know, like you might be the heads of your family, and you're just really like in control of things. I don't know, that's funny. But then it extends to romantic relationships too, to where they just feel powerful with you because you're so powerful and you lift everyone up that's near you. You have a lot of good lessons to teach people. Pile 3. I'm getting really out of breath. Like, you're so fast-paced, and yet you know how to build long foundations. And let me tell you, that is a rare combination. That's a masterful skill you've created. Yeah, Page of Cups. I mean, you're just a person who just knows how to start things and how to build them. Gosh, I just keep talking like that, but yeah, I think that's people's favorite thing about you. It's like you walk the walk and talk the talk, you know? Like, you just, I think that sense of expansion while still having boundaries is the number one thing, though. That's definitely the number one thing I'm getting with you. That people, like, it's their favorite thing about you. Like, you don't have to dim your light to keep your peace. Yeah. Yeah, you got it all. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that from you. Very much chosen one energy, and that's how you make others feel too. Okay, let me get just a few of these ones to end off your reading, Pile 3. Okay, so what is people's favorite thing about pile 3? Like, just starting off, like, what is, I'll do that one. What is people's favorite thing about pile number 3? What is people's favorite thing? Yeah, you've really gone through it, pile 3. I just really sense that people's favorite thing about you, yeah, that you've faced those hard truths in life. You've faced like really actually hard situations, and you've come out in such a positive way, and people really take inspiration from that, because when people meet you, they can already sense it. You're so positive, you're so funny, you're so fresh, you're so lively, you're so willing to take part in new things. And the average person out there might assume it's because you haven't dealt with struggles. So the people who get to know you, their favorite thing about you is that even with every struggle they now know you've gone through, and it's been real, you're still that person that they first got to know. You really are that optimistic. You really are out there trying new things. You really have learned all these lessons. And it wasn't out of nowhere. You know, it was from yourself. For some reason, I'm getting like gifts to the portal. I was kind of seeing gifts from the portal, like, and inside yourself, you pulled out, you grew inside yourself, these positive qualities you now get to live with. You know, and you went through really hard things, and you felt trapped, and you felt left all alone. Like all 3 of these situations seem like really dire situations. And they say with this card, it's like, it's actually a really loose hold, even though it feels like a strong hold. And you learned how to slip the grip there. And then also, you could have gone through these struggles and lost your sense of compassion and lost your lust for life, and you didn't. And then also, you were left out in the cold, and you were made to do things all alone when you could have had help. And you could do that to others, but instead, you lift them up with you, and you still know how to have a good time and bring people into your sphere. So, I mean, that is really admirable. And people love that about you. People just love you. People just love you, pile 3. That is great. You know, really good job. I think that's all I've got for you today. So please like and subscribe and comment on the video what you thought. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. And I will link these busy videos below. Okay? Thank you. All right, so pile number 4. Let's put the calcite over here. Okay. So, pile 4. What is people's favorite thing about you, pile 4? Let's see. Oh, wow, pile 4. Your cards are very pretty. So I'm getting that right away. You're very beautiful. People are really obsessed with the energy you're bringing. Nine of Pentacles is all about like being, like having it all, kind of. And the Ace of Swords is like, I'm getting that you're very smart too. You're smart and you're pretty, and You're very serene. Maybe a little cold, but in just like a very clear-cut way. You know, I'm just getting that, Pile 4, you're very, I'm just sensing like a cool, clear pond, you know, like a small lake that's very serene and still, and it's very calming. Let's see what else we've got. We're gonna do yours a little bit different. Do these first. So what's people's favorite thing about Pile 4? What's people's favorite thing about Pile 4? What is people's favorite thing about Pile 4? Yeah, wow. Your energy is very different. I do feel like you hide away. Like you're very hidden away and you're very mystical. I'm almost getting like the fairy witch who lives in the middle of a lake on a house in like a little island there, and it's very difficult to reach you, and you're very internal and you don't need anyone else. Getting very, very internal. Maybe you read a lot. You read a lot of books about history, you know, or like books that are historical fiction or something like that. Or the classics, you know, so it's set in history, but it's not historical fiction, you know. Yeah, like somebody, a prince would have to go find or something like that, you know, forget gender, but it's just more like, you know, Bombadil, what is that? He's the guy who lives in the forest and you have to go find him in Lord of the Rings. Like you're just somebody who shows up unexpectedly or when specifically searched for. It's like you'll show up just at the right moment, or it'll take days to come and find you or something. Like, that's really interesting. Very unique energy. Okay. Let's pull some music videos for you. So you may not know, but I love music videos, and I have been creating this little index card deck for myself, and with all the music videos I like. So they're all Capricorn Venus approved. But let's see. What is people's favorite thing about pile number 4? Like, what is people's favorite thing about pile number 4? Let's see. What is people's favorite thing? What is people's favorite thing about pile number 4? What is people's favorite thing about pile number 4? Favorite thing about pile number... Okay, both. Fine. Gosh. Got kind of a lot of music videos. I'm gonna set them out all first. Yeah, there's something special about you, pile 4. There's something like very special and hidden from you, hidden about you. Like, you're just someone people pursue, you know? Drew Barrymore is like supposed to be that girl next door. In this music video, we've got Megan Fox. She doesn't say anything, you know? Like, there's something about you that's like very removed, and like people would pursue it, you know? Maybe they're putting you on a pedestal a little bit. Speaking of which, your man, Josh Turner, if I was your man, I would do blank, blank, blank. People want to put in the work for you, pile 4. People want to come get you from your tower. Yeah. And then you also have like this very lightheartedness about you too. And like you have a past. There's also this like sense that people get from you that you have some sort of special past. Okay. They know not to bungle this, you know? They don't want to fuck this up because they want to be your man. They want to be the Machine Gun Kelly to your Megan Fox. Like, they want to pursue you. And another is about, like, you know, you'll leave. If you're going to try to put me in competition, good luck with that. Oh, speaking of being in competition, it's like they feel they're in competition for you as well. Yeah, these two kind of go together. Yeah, so you've got like a very mysterious past. So people can just sense about you that, yeah, you've got this like lightheartedness where you're just like dancing and trying to shake off your nerves, but then underneath that, there's a sense of kind of like maybe anxiety or maybe like this soft girl, mysterious girl energy. Like maybe you went through a bad breakup, you know, and they want to like be there for you. If I was your man, I would take you out in a limo and I would never make you feel bad, and let me be the one to save you from this negative situation that you had to go through or something like that. Very interesting. I'm going to leave these below in the description, so please go watch them. They're all going to be really good. Guarantee it. And they might show you like what else is people's favorite thing about you. You know, sometimes I'll watch them and I'll be like, oh, I'm blonde or whatever. Not that I am, but I'm just saying like you can associate yourself with the different parts of the music videos. But, let's see, it's so funny. Yeah, people really romanticize you in your past, and they really want to, they want to get those gifts from the past, you know? They want to learn your story. They want to begin this conversation. People's favorite thing about you is like how you make them feel towards you. It's interesting. People's favorite thing about you is your mystical nature. You know, you're very mysterious, mystical. Okay, let me not say those words one more time. And I will pull some more cards here. People think, you know, like with You Belong With Me and your man, it's like people are really fantasizing about being your favorite person. You know, it's like there must be just like a lot of good things about you so that it's kind of obvious what do you mean, what's people's favorite thing about you? Are you kidding me? You're Megan Fox, you know? You're Drew Barrymore, like you're special, like you're just that person, like you're just out there, you know? Of course I want you. The real question is, how am I going to be your man? And how am I going to convince you that you want me? That's the real question. What do you mean, what are people's favorite thing about you? That's funny. So people are finding your value to be very obvious. Like you're beautiful, you're loving, you're great, you're ethereal, you're magic, black magic woman over here. You know, they just are so intoxicated by you. And very self-contained. Like, what did I say? Like, you're that woman who's alone in the middle of the lake island house or something. You've got a moat surrounding you. You're very much your own. And people can tell that, like, this whole surrounded thing. So, okay, let's pull some more. So what is people's favorite thing about pile number 4? What is people's favorite thing about pile number 4? What is people's favorite thing about pile number 4? Yeah, with service and the 6 of Pentacles, you are super giving. You know, and actually I'm looking at this again, and it's like, it looks like you made all this food for these little guys. You're giving Snow White energy. Oh my gosh, Snow White too. Like, she's got all those little men around her. And she literally gets to her grave before somebody can save her. So she's got a very traumatic past there with her stepmom and everything else. Like there's a whole story. And yet she looks so pure and so like clear-faced and so giving to these dwarves that she just met, you know? She's just ethereal and magical. King of Pentacles. Yeah. We got that in another pile as well. And the Seer again. But, I mean, when it comes down to it, the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Is that right? Yeah. That makes sense with this because with the whole Snow White thing, she's a princess, but she had to leave it behind, you know, and thank God she did because she would have died. So it's like very intuitive. It's like you're royalty, but you know how to move out of the way of trouble. Like there's just something very instinctual about you, fairy-like to you, just dreamy. People are pursuing you. Yeah, two of Swords. So you just weigh your options really well and you choose what's best for you and you choose your peace. Judgment. Yeah. I'm thinking of that song, Picky. Picky about my spiritual business. Keep it 100 or something like that. It's a good song. But just like you seem to be very picky, especially with this Ace of Swords now too. I'm looking back. Like you're picky and that's why people already have this sense that it's going to be a challenge to convince you, you know, to get you in the first place so they wouldn't dare to leave you. You know, they're going to write a song about you, you know, they want to be your man. They want to be your person. Like, they're saying that because they know there's a chance they could not be as well. You know, you could pick something else. You could pick somebody else, or you could just pick yourself. Like, it doesn't even have to be a choice between three people, three suitors. It's like, you could have three suitors and you pick none. And you just stay by yourself and you stay with your friends and you go about your community services and that's what it is. Okay. Let's see. A few more cards for you. All right. What is people's favorite thing about pile number 4? What is people's favorite thing about pile number 4? Wow. Pile number 4. Yeah, you've gone through great heartbreak and great betrayal, and you've just kept it pushing, and you soothed yourself, and you went out and you started again. You know, you went from 10 back to 0 and started again fresh. And you just didn't let it stop you, you know? Again, you might be haunted by it, but no one is yours but you, and you're self-contained, and you soothed yourself, and you brushed your hair, and you took a bath, and you got up and looked out on your porch and made everyone dinner again. You know, like, people love that about you, that they can just sense that you've gone through it and you were patient. And that causes you to be very patient with others too. You're very caring and you're very understanding. You just have a real lovely nature to you. Some people find it sexual. I mean, it goes back to the whole thing. It's like, they want you because of how difficult it would be to get to you on some level, you know, like, I'm sure they're wanting you for lots of reasons, but you just are so obviously valuable. You are the diamond surrounded by the lasers, you know, and the bank robber really wants to get to you. And it's like, the heist is so much more special because of how difficult it is. But let me tell you, you're really worth it. Like pile number 4, like, people just love that you just put yourself first and you help others too. I mean, I'm getting you are just so giving to those around you, and you don't seem to have any time for romance. Like, people love that romance is not your top priority. Helping others and self-soothing seems to be your top priority. You're just making your life happen. You're using your intuition. You're growing yourself. You're healing. You're really healing yourself. And people, that's like people's favorite thing about you. You're really healing yourself. And even though you have all these suitors and you've gone through all this heartbreak, like, you want to go out dancing still, you know, and you're still down to have a good time, and you still know how to live. Okay, well, pile number 4, that is all I'm getting for you today. So thank you so much. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to comment what I got wrong or right, or whatever you think about the video. Thank you so much for stopping by Capricorn Venus Tarot, and I'll link all those music videos down below, so please do check them out. And thank you for being such a beautiful person out there, and I hope you happy healing. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good night or day or whatever, and I will see you next time.